You know what's wild. You and your partner both work full-time jobs. 2 incomes, 2 paychecks hitting the account every month, and somehow you feel broke. Maybe broker than your parents felt when only your dad worked and your mom stayed home. Or broker than you felt when you were single, living alone on 1 income, 2 paychecks, double the money, and yet you're still living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where it all goes. Sound familiar? Here's the thing. You're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. This is one of the most common and most frustrating financial traps that dual-income households fall into. And today, we're going to break down exactly why this happens, why it feels so counterintuitive, and what you can actually do about it. I'm Buck, and this is Winter with Buck. Let's dig in. All right, let's set the stage with some real numbers. Let's say you're single, making $55,000 a year. After taxes, health insurance, and retirement contributions, you're taking home about $3,400 a month. Not great, not terrible. You rent a small apartment for $1,200. Drive a used car, meal prep most of your dinners. And yeah, you're careful with money. You have to be. Now, fast forward, you get married. Your spouse also makes $55,000. Boom! Household income just jumped to $110,000 a year. You're taking home roughly $6,800 a month combined. You've literally doubled your income. So logically, you should feel twice as wealthy, right? You should have thousands left over every month. You should be crushing your savings goals, investing like crazy, maybe even taking that vacation to Italy you've been dreaming about. But instead, you're somehow still stressed about money. You're still checking your account balance before buying groceries. You might even have less saved now than when you were single. What the hell happened? Here's the truth nobody talks about. When you go from 1 income to 2, your lifestyle doesn't just stay the same, it expands. And it expands in ways that are often invisible until it's too late. Let me walk you through what actually happens. When you were single making $55, you rented a small 1-bedroom for $1,200. It was fine, cozy, even. But now, you're a household. You need space. You want a nicer neighborhood. Maybe you're thinking about kids someday, so you need an extra room. Plus, with 2 incomes, you can afford more, right? So you move into a 2-bedroom apartment, or better yet, you buy a house. Now your housing cost is $2,200 a month, maybe $2,500 with utilities, HOA fees, and maintenance. That's an extra $1,000 to $1,300 a month. Already, a huge chunk of that second paycheck is gone. When you were single, you drove a 10-year, old Honda Civic. Paid off. Reliable. Boring. But it worked. But now, you're a 2-income household. And guess what? You both need to get to work. So now, you need 2 cars. Your spouse's car payment? $400 a month. Insurance for both cars? Another $250. Gas, maintenance, registration. Add another $200. Suddenly, you're spending $850 a month on transportation. When you were single, it was maybe $200. That's another $650 of that second income. Gone. Oh, and let's talk about the big one. Kids, when only one person worked, the other partner could stay home with the kids. Free childcare. Not easy, but free. But when both of you work, you need daycare, or a nanny, or after-school programs. The average cost of full-time daycare in the US? About $1,200 a month per child. If you have 2 kids, congrats. That's $2,400 a month. Let me repeat that. $2,400 a month. That's more than most people's rent. Suddenly, that entire second paycheck, it's just gone. Poof! Into childcare. But wait, to raise more. Because here's what happens psychologically. When you have 2 incomes, you start to feel wealthier, even if you're not. And that feeling leads to 1,000 tiny decisions that add up fast. You start eating out more. We both worked hard today. Let's just grab takeout. That's an extra $400 a month. You upgrade your phone plan. Get better streaming subscriptions. Buy nicer clothes for work. Join a gym. Get a housekeeper once a month because, hey, you're both working. You deserve it. None of these things are bad, but they add up fast. Before you know it, you're spending an extra $800 to $1,000 a month on little things that you didn't spend when you were single. Let's do the math together. Real numbers. No fluff. Single income household. Just you $55 a year. Left over. $1,150 a month. You're saving over $1,000 a month. Dual income household. $110 failure combined. Wait, you're in the red. Even without kids, if you drop that childcare cost, you're only saving about $1,600 a month, which sounds like more than $1,150. Until you realize you doubled your income and only increased savings by $450. That's a 3% increase in savings for a 100% increase in income. You worked twice as hard, and you're barely better off. So, why does this happen? Why do 2 paychecks make you feel poorer? Because of 3 brutal truths. First, expenses scale faster than income. When your income doubles, your fixed costs don't just double, they explode. Housing, transportation, childcare, they don't scale linearly, they scale exponentially. Second, taxes hit harder. Here is a fun one. When you go from $155 income to $2, you're not just doubling income, you're also pushing yourself into higher tax brackets. Your effective tax rate goes up, so even though you're earning more, you're keeping less of each additional dollar. Third, you lose free labor when one partner stayed home. They provided massive unpaid value. Cooking, cleaning, childcare, errands, home maintenance. That labor had real economic value, easily $20,000 to $30,000 a year if you had to pay someone else to do it. When both partners work, you now have to pay for all that labor. Childcare, housekeepers, takeout, convenience services. You're not just earning a second income, you're also losing a second income's worth of unpaid labor. All right, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk solutions, because this is fixable. You just need to be intentional. First, track where that second paycheck actually goes seriously. Sit down and do the math. Write out every single expense that exists, because both of you work. Childcare, second car, extra food costs, convenience spending. Add it all up. You might be shocked to realize that the second paycheck is only netting you $500 a month after all those extra costs. Second, question. The big expenses, do you really need 2 brand new cars? Or could one of you drive a paid-off used car? Do you really need that big house right now? Or could you stay in a smaller, cheaper place for a few more years? Does it actually make financial sense for both of you to work? Or would one partner staying home or working part-time result in a better quality of life and similar net income after expenses? Run the numbers. Be honest. Third, automate savings from that second paycheck. Here is a rule. Treat the second paycheck like it doesn't exist. Set up automatic transfers so that a huge chunk of that second income goes straight into savings or investments before you ever see it. If you don't see it, you won't spend it. Even if it's just $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 a year. In 10 years, invested at 7% average return, that's over $170,000. Fourth, resist lifestyle inflation. This is the hardest one, because it feels like you should enjoy your money. And you should. But do it intentionally. Pick 1 or 2 things to upgrade. Don't upgrade everything at once. Want a nicer apartment? Fine. But keep driving that old car. Want a new car? Cool. But stay in the cheaper apartment. You can't inflate everything and expect to build wealth. Look, here is the bottom line. 2 paychecks can make you wealthier, but only if you're intentional about it. The default path, the path most people take, is to let expenses rise to meet income. And when that happens, you end up working twice as hard, feeling twice as stressed, and somehow having less to show for it. But if you're aware of the trap, if you track your spending, resist lifestyle inflation, and actually save and invest that second income, then yeah, 2 paychecks can change your life. You just have to make sure you're controlling the money and not letting the money control you. If this video helped you see your finances in a new light, hit that like button and subscribe. Buck, and I'll see you in the next one. Now, go check your budget. Seriously, do it.